take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had got... to stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Completes it to Aguilar. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. This is McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
It's second and 8 at the 36-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Another run, this time McCaffrey. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 61 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Check it out, read.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got it to Hilton. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. How about the rookie in his NFL debut? Looking sharp. It's 1st and 10.
Check 9, check 9. Slam. He's checking, he's
now a give, right side, McCaffrey. Room here to run. 20. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Christian McCaffrey, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, now, let's go.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, 67 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll look to throw. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he will have the first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Looking deep for Hilton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
On second down, here's Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Locke working out of the gun. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Let's go now. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. 45.
From midfield, here's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
X3, 218, chop.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. They'll find Lindsey here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Now Locke again. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Coming to you, coming to you.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. The Twilight taking it right down Broadway. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down is Locke. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Let's go. My 40, my 40.
A final shot before half for Locke. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and this certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Come on, set. 18, Gator.
55. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the
Snap.
Now on 2nd and 13. Locke looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Here's Matthew McCrane now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Smooth.
Looking to throw on second down. Locke. It's caught by Aguilar. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check.
61, matchbox White. Hey, Haywood. Lee Griffin.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
It's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively.
Hey, go on, Mike 40. Tighten up. There.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's going to wind up in there. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll run with Lindsey. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. One more time with Lindsey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
He wasn't ready.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Locked now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Mike Evans there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Let's go. Come on. The mic. 47's the mic.
He'll drop to throw. And going deep for Hill. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Let's go.
A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Here's McCray now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, McCray set to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Lock now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Lock now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Lindsey. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 42. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by McCray, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now Locke toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there. And it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Block will try again on second down. Got a man open. It's Sutton. The reception good for 7. It's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Brandon Cooks Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave one more off this lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
40, go! 47. Check, 47.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards and a Chicago first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away. And the Broncos get there and take him down. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Second and 12.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Squeeze. Get it.
On 1st down, Locke. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Okay, ready?
40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike.
Hey, lock it. 2.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. 6 seconds to go in half number 2. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Come on, now.
Ready?
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Mike Evans. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it looks like he'll throw here. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the home team here, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Denver, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
go. Here we go. 10, touch scared.